Today we're going to learn about spinning fiber. So, take a piece of the wool, separate it out about in half, then separate that one out in half again. Okay, just set those aside, we'll use them later. Now you take the wool and just pull just a little bit. This is called drafting. And you're just separating those fibers just a little bit. Now, if you break them, if you break this while you're doing it, no harm, no foul. You'll just use this little piece later. Okay, because it's very easy to attach your wool back to your spindle. Okay, so easiest way is take your wool, flop it over your shoulder real quick. Okay, gets it out of the way of the spindle so that it doesn't get caught when you start spinning. So we're going to hold it by the leader, and all the leader is just a piece of thread attached to the spindle, brought up and around, and you do a half hitch onto the top of the spindle. And I'm hoping you can see. It is easy, really it is. Alrighty, there we go with the half hitch. Alright, so we're going to take the spindle, start the spin, and attach the feathery part of the wool right where it's spinning to get it connected. Get another spin, and you're on your way. Now all you're going to do is just pull the wool and then bring your fingers up, draft, and bring up the twist. Draft and bring up the twist. As you can see, my spindle's not turning very fast right now. It's going to keep slowing down on you. It's no big deal. Just keep it going, and draft and up and draft and let the twist up. Now give it another spin and draft and up and draft and up. Hoping my light is good for you. There we go. Draft and up. Give it another spin. Draft. Let the spin up. What you don't want to do is you don't want to let the twist get up into the pre-drafted wool. Okay? Alright, so now my yarn's pretty long, so it's time to wind it onto the Turkish spindle. So I'm going to break my wool off, and to properly wind a Turkish spindle, you'll go over 2 legs and under 1. So we remove our half hitch and get you close enough to see. We're going to go over 2 legs, under 1, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1, and over 2. And winding in this manner will create a perfect center pull ball when you're done. Now when you get about here, you want to give yourself enough yarn to make a half hitch again, okay? But don't make it too long, because remember, we're going to spin more yarn, and the longer you make it, the less, or you're going to have to keep winding it back onto your spindle. So get it relatively close. I'm going right there. It's going to be a little different with each spindle, because it's going to depend on what length shaft you're working with. So now I'm ready to start spinning again. And so, oops, helps if I spin it in the right direction. There we go. You just grab your wool, and again, get a good twist going, and then just attach that feathery piece right back on there again, and draft and bring the twist up, draft and bring the twist up, draft, twist, and look at us making yarn. Don't worry about bumps in your yarn. When you're just starting out, it's no big deal. Not everybody is going to be able to spin a uniform piece of yarn right off the bat. So don't panic. All right, so now I'm back again to a pretty long piece of yarn. I'll show you again how to wind. So we go over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1. Trying to make sure you can see this. There we go, and under 1, and back to that half hitch. So around your thumb, try to bring that up here, light. Just bring the yarn over your thumb, put your thumbnail on top of your spindle, and drop that yarn right on there and half hitch it back to the shaft. Okay, so there's a quick down and dirty how to spin on a Turkish spindle. Trust me, it's going to take practice. You're going to drop your spindle a million times, so try to do it on the carpet. You don't want it to break. And you know, your wool is going to break. It's easy to put it back together. So don't panic about that. It's more helpful to pre-draft your wool when you're first starting out. After a while, once you get better, you'll be able to take wool right off of, right off of it. Right out of the braid, right out of the bag, however you get yours, and you will be able to spin this great big piece. So it just takes practice. Don't worry. If you're finding that splitting your wool into quarters is still getting you a little bit thicker yarn or harder to draft, then by all means split it again. It's all in the comfort level for yourself. If pre-drafting isn't working out for you, you can continue to split these. This is one of the quarters. You can split it into 8s. You can split it into 6. You can split it however you want. And now this one was not pre-drafted, so this shows you how thin that the wool will get as you continue to separate them out. So the thinner the piece, the easier it is when you're doing the draft. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. Feel free, if you have any questions, let me know.